Started. Okay, good. Hey, welcome everybody to Break Through the Other Side. So here I have the man, Koyote, the blind. I have some questions that I wanted to expose you guys to. In my line of work, I have gone nowhere and everywhere without him and with him. And one of the things that I use very much, very powerfully and very enthusiastically, and actually could say cannot do what I do without it, is the Akadwa, of which Koyote is the originator and the source, or the original source, I guess we'll say, right? The you originated Akadwa.
Well, it originates from where all things originate. The method for accessing it, passing it on, sharing it with others,
Mm-hmm.
is what is unique, I suppose, to me.
Yeah.
The consciousness itself and where it comes from. It's always been. It's perennial. It's eternal.
Okay. And Akadwa is a force. It's an alchemical agent. I've been known to call it that way in my trainings of Akadwa.
Is a key to alchemy. Yes, it is the unity of all things, because all things are one. There is no differentiation in what is behind the essence of all beings and all things. So this unity that appears as many when you see the universe, when you see the world, is shown as one through this force that we know as Akadwa. That's why the name Akadwa means unity, uttermost shown, or the most shown, the most evident unity, as it were.
Yeah.
And so it's at the center of yourself. And a question then often asked is, especially when you get to level 3 or level 4, is, well, now it feels like it's always me, it's always been me, I've always had it, and yet
Yeah.
I know that I got it at some point in level 1. How is it that I had it before I had it? It's because it's once you touch it and it touches you, it changes your life from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things actually that has been very, what's the word I want to use, like in the storefront window showcasing of it, hard to convey. And so like a lot of people, at least a lot of the students I get, the one that are interested in the Akadwa, come to it because they are healers. And they see the obvious benefits of using this energy to heal. That's right. And they are amazed actually at the actual power it possesses to transform inside. And that is why you know very well, because I've asked you how I can, and I always come to you with questions about, and now I come to you again, and I want to do this and expose my peeps, and you know, like my following, you're gonna be exposed to about 3 or 4 people, you know, at least they're gonna be watching this video throughout a month or 2.
Yeah, but that guy is falling asleep, so he's not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that guy always does.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough. And
That's like twice my audience.
yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's like the student
Yeah.
Anyways, um, how I use it for breakthrough work. And actually, I didn't intend for this to be. I actually want you to come on a live showing someday, soon perhaps, maybe at the new place, where I will be asking you more specific questions about how someone like me can use a Karwa for breakthrough work. And breakthrough work being the work of transformation, not necessarily alchemical transformation, though that's pretty much what we are after, what I am after, anyways, in many ways. The work of ascension, which is the becoming more and more aware of that subtle presence that has become infused for whatever reason with some sort of sacred mandate to do something with this lifetime, right? And so a lot of my clients, what I do with them is actually I connect them to that center, to that light, to that sense of being beyond where they think they're stuck, get a good, great glimpse. And Akaro is like intrinsically there. It's when I speak. It's when I make moves, when I think of them, when I follow them in the voyages that they go through, when I put them through a process or something. Man, but I do digress. I actually called you here today so that I can answer a question for one of my Akarwa students.
Okay.
It is, I guess, in a way of introducing Akarwa into my own work, Breakthrough the Other Side. And I have already introduced it in the work that I do with tarot, the work that I do with jewelry, with rings and charms. But I'm going to, because part of my breakthrough programs now will be including Akaro Mastery, depending on what I feel the client needs and they are going for. Definitely be introducing them to the Akaro path of, what would you say, attainment, liberation, Akaro path of transformation.
Yeah, any of those.
Of connection, yeah, that's right, any of those. And so here I have Shinich, a student of mine, who is going to go through Akaro 1, 2, and 3 with me. And possibly 4 with you, or 4 with any of the other five level adepts that you have produced in the last month or so, yeah? Month and a half maybe? Which is a new thing, it's like a new era and field of work for many of us. But more of that to come. For now, he has received level 1 from me, so he is already using the Akarwa. He has been training and practicing with my own training sessions that I put him through, very individualized and specialized to the actual student. I haven't yet expanded my work and my teaching to workshops, to groups yet, but it's coming. And as you know, I'm doing a lot of work with Chikoko, shamanic arts as well, and under the umbrella and the auspice and just under that vibration that Chikoko shamanic arts is, which has been my home as well, of course, and many of ours. So anyways, I'm bringing Akara full force, and Shinich has a few questions that he doesn't know yet, but has the actual, not the benefit, but the honor of having them answered by you. Yeah, thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, okay. And whatever Koyote doesn't know, don't worry, I will answer. Okay. So he says and states he's very glad that his sensitivity to Akara energy has improved very much due to the follow-up sessions that he has had with me. Now he's thinking of getting his Akara level 2, but wants to practice a little more and wants to go and practice with whatever answers he receives here. He says, and I will change this into the universal you rather than as if he's asking me personally, because I want you to answer.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll ask you then, do you use some images or special words that trigger manifesting the akarwa, or is it only by intent, like when you decide to move your finger? He states that in Reiki healing, and it's important because a lot of my Akara students at least, and many others of the masters that I know, are actually Reiki masters already who are seeking for this powerful force. So he states that he is a Reiki master, and that in Reiki healing, symbols and mantra are used. So what do you say?
No, you don't need any of that.
Yeah.
It is a direct manifestation of your intent. Even as you move your hands, you don't really use even thought to move them. If you can think about what you want to do and do it, or you can just do it. It is the same with the akara. It's just directed by your intent. Even Master Usui at the beginning was not using the same system that now is known as Reiki. That's the way that some of his students, about 16 of them, that continued with the tradition. Some of the Western students tried to commercialize, and they created the symbols and the mantras that would help people access the energy. Master Usui wanted to teach his students and people how to connect to a source of universal energy. I didn't even have this name that is known as now.
Yeah.
And so, in that sense, this is another attempt. It was not intended to be used for healing exclusively, just like the akago is not intended to be a healing energy. It's something much deeper than that, which of course includes healing as well, but more than that is spiritual union, spiritual attainment, spiritual healing. Right? And so, no need for symbols or mantras.
Okay, thanks. And then, good. Again, I think he asked the same question. He says that he's seen some of the videos of Akarwa, and he's seen me perform a transmission that I did and I recorded with one of my previous students. And he felt the energetic surge very tangibly. And again, he was asking, I guess, myself if I was thinking of some images or just the intention. It's exactly like Koyote you said. Like you just said, it's just intent. In that moment, by the way, when you get to level 3 and you begin to actually pass on the Akarwa seed and the force so that others may generate it at will, you'll know what I was doing instead. And in a sense, would you say that's a specific direction of the Akarwa when you're giving a transmission, which is not a symbol or a mantra? It's just intent. It's where you intended to go and where and what to do.
When you give a transmission?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the permission, the desire of the recipient, and the alignment of the recipient with the benefit of all beings everywhere.
Yeah.
That can be done.
Man, like there's such a wealth, a big body of knowledge that you are actually composing not just a system, but you're bringing out a book,
Yeah.
of Karwa. And I think you touched on this in the beginning, and his last question might have been answered, but maybe you can address it here again, which is, does a Karwa exist in your body, or does it come from somewhere?
It comes, yeah, there is a reality before the world of phenomena of the material world. Nothing originates in the material world only. Every being comes from somewhere else, from above, and the source of the Akadua is not even in this four-dimensional reality, although it resides here. Think of it this way: if you are in prison and you're seeking escape, you need help from inside the prison, and you need help from outside the prison. Kadua is help from outside this world.
Yeah, that's beautiful, because that actually ties in. Later, like I said, I'm going to ask you questions about specific uses of a Karwa for breakthrough work, which I think a lot of people will be interested in, and quite surprised to hear how it all works out. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks.
I hope.
Thanks, bro. I hope. Thanks, everybody.